everyone, thanks for joining. It's Ray with Tarot Living. So today we are going to review the Whispering Tarot by Elizabeth Hazel. And you can see how tiny that deck is. And I'm actually going to review this deck for a couple of reasons. Because it actually is out of print, and is my understanding. Eclectic says it's unpublished, hard to find, rare, and to check eBay. So I did, and I checked eBay on and off for a little while, and I actually did find a copy from the UK, and they were willing to send it through to Canada. And so what happened was I read up on Elizabeth Hazel is the creator of this. Elizabeth Hazel. She wrote Tarot Decoded. So I can plug her book while I'm at it. So that's a great book, Tarot Decoded. I don't have it. Well, I do have it right here. So this is her book, Tarot Decoded. Anyway, I read on her website when I wanted to have a copy, and then was looking, and according to Eclectic, it was out of print. But I read that she had initially planned on printing 500 of them. And there was 1,000 apparently printed, but the final 500, there was only about 400 or just less than 400 that were usable. So I don't know, there ended up to be 800 and some, or up to maybe 900 that were, usable and could be sold, and so they were. And she actually did sign copies, and so she signed it, and it is number 665 that I got from eBay for $45. So I was a happy camper that day because no one else bid on it. So the reason I'm doing a review on this deck is, first of all, if you are able to pick it up, I just wanted to show it to you, and I wanted to show you just an interesting deck that you may not see very often, and that you may be interested in grabbing it if you ever do see it on eBay. But the second reason is that I actually want to show you how to use it with O cards. And I have just done my weekly tarot reading last week with the Whispering Tarot and with an O card together, and everyone really liked it. And so I'm actually going to do that again this week, and I'll be filming it right after this. But you can find small cards all over the place, and these cards happen to fit just absolutely perfectly into the O card. Now the O cards come with their own they have their own cards that come with pictures. But what a cool thing to be able to actually have a tarot card, pick a tarot card randomly, and then actually put it in to the O card. And so that becomes the message with the picture and the tarot meaning and a word from the O card. So the reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of very small decks out there that you can get that you may want to do this with. And so I thought I'll show this deck and also show you my kind of method of using the O cards in addition to. So here's the Two of Wands, for example. I love the Two of Wands in this deck. It's really beautiful. I love the use of red and the use of the trees. These are quite different. Some of them are different depictions. She wanted to be unique in her depictions. And some of them are actually very Rider-Waite. So Seven of Swords is certainly different than typical. Here's Five of Pentacles, so that one is very Rider-Waite and very typical, although a unique depiction nonetheless. And Nine of Cups is beautiful. I really like the Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups is wonderful. Here's the Devil card. These are just random. I'm just picking them out. Nine of Wands. Oh, that's kind of interesting. My Nine of Wands that I'm painting in my deck has trees in it as well, so that's kind of neat. Here's the Temperance. It's quite different. There's the High Priestess. This one came up on the reading that, oh no, it was the Queen of Cups that came up on the reading the other day. It looks very similar to the High Priestess. She makes use of purples in this deck beautifully. Okay, I'm going to keep that one for cards I'm not as certain of. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. That's beautiful. Great use of purple and mauves. Here's the Chariot. That's great. Justice. I don't want to show you every single card, but here's the Queen of Swords. It's always neat how people depict the Queen of Swords. Now, she has a rainbow. That's very interesting. I'd have to read up. And in fact, while I'm talking about reading up on card meanings, the deck actually comes with either a book or a CD. Well, this is actually, it's actually a PDF is what's on here. I actually thought it was going to be a CD of maybe an explanation, or I didn't know what I was actually getting when I got this, but it's actually a PDF that's on here, and it's just simply the electronic copy of the book that she would print out and send with the deck if you ordered the book and the deck. And it was just a ring binder. She just put it in a little ring book. Pardon me. So that actually has the PDF of the little, book that she created. I mean, it's quite a few pages, about 50 pages. So I think I'm going to have that printed out at Staples or wherever, and actually put that in a ring, or print it out myself and have it put in a ring binder, just like she would have had. So that I have it, so that I can actually use it a little bit more, because I wouldn't go to my computer typically to read. I would be sitting at my table, and I would be, doing cards at the table. So I don't usually have the computer open over here. Anyway, this is Six of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? And the Fool. Again, great use of red. Knight of Swords. Really cool. So you can see, I mean, how beautiful. It's very small, but it is a very beautiful deck. Really cool. I like it. I mean, it's not necessarily a deck that I would read with all the time, but I just think it's got a lot of really interesting qualities. And the Emperor is fabulous. You can see that the Aries ram is right behind him, the symbolism, astrological symbolism. 10 of Pentacles. That same idea where the pentacles are kind of on the wall, or, of some kind of structure beside them. Oh, it looks like the moon is maybe called eclipse. Neat. 4 of Wands. 8 of Swords. So a lot of it is Rider-Waite. Anyway, I won't go through all the cards. I just wanted to show you, give you a glimpse of this deck. I was, really fortunate in that I was able to actually find it. And I got number 665 of this deck, so I feel very fortunate that I have it. In any event, the way that I have used it, and we'll just do kind of a one card draw of each. We're going to do an O card where we get an actual word, and then I'm going to do, oops, I'm dropping cards though, and then I'm going to pull one of the tarot cards. And I'm going to show you, if you buy a smaller deck, how you can use these O cards, which I've done a full review. You can check it out, and you can look up O cards online and find them no problem. I have the original, and I think there's all kinds of different versions now. And they come with pictures as well. 78 or 88, I think, of each. So you get a lot of cards. I don't know what the cost is now. They were a gift years ago for me, but... Okay, so I'm just going to cut it and get an actual word. Okay, well, I got the word love, which is lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to just set that right there. And then I'm going to cut the deck of Whispering Tarot. And that's the back of the cards, by the way. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, they're so tiny. But they shuffle beautifully, and they have great cardstock. They're actually quite cute. I kind of like this deck. Oh, and that one flipped over. Not that one, this one. Oh, okay, Strength. So we got Love and Strength. So Love and Strength cards. So, I think really, to me, if you had the Love and Strength card that came up together, it would almost mean to me finding inner strength or inner love for oneself, and really knowing that you can go through life and be centered and do what you need to do through the fact that you've accepted yourself and that you've really consolidated yourself and created some self-love there. So that's how I would just interpret that on the fly. But this isn't meant to be for card interpretation. I'm actually just wanting to show you these cards because if you get hold of a deck that has small cards and you happen to have these old cards, try using tarot with a small deck like this. It doesn't have to be this one, but if you can find it on eBay, then that's fantastic. I don't know if you'll find it for $45. I got a pretty good deal. But anyway, so that's Elizabeth Hazel. I really love her, and I love her writing in Tarot Decoded. I have mentioned her book in a couple of my other videos as well. So I just wanted to introduce you to those cards in case you happen to see them on eBay sometime, or if you can get hold of some O cards and either use the O cards with the pictures that they actually send with them, or use them with a tarot card. So it's been working beautifully for me. All right, you take care. Thanks for watching Tarot Living.